Hey Pisces, welcome to your love and romance reading for January 2022. Time flies. We're going to connect here and see what's happening for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I know a lot of people like to check out their Venus sign when it comes to love and romance. So I always like to include the Venus energy as well. We're going to see what's coming up here for the Pisces collective. You might stumble upon this video outside of the time frame of January. That's fine. You're going to find it whenever you are meant to find it. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, but take the ones that do, leave the ones that don't. We're going to connect and see what's coming up. First card coming up here, Pisces, is the Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands can deal with partnerships, and those of you that watch my weekly forecasts, you might have heard me explain the Two of Wands in a way where you really have to kind of weigh your options, and it can be kind of like a tricky situation. But when I do the weekly forecasts, we're not talking about love and romance. Once a month I do a love reading, and that's what this is here. In this instance, in this situation, Pisces, what I'm feeling with the Two of Wands with you guys is that what's really important for you right now is a sense of feeling like an equal in your relationship, and a sense of like having common goals, working on things together, working on common things together, working on common goals together. So you're wanting a sense of like teamwork, right? A sense of like togetherness, doing things together, talking about the future, taking steps towards your future plans, putting money together, making investments together. Like that's the kind of energy I'm feeling here with Two of Wands. Some of you might be in a little bit of a sticky situation where you might have been working on something in terms of self-employment, or you might have had a assignment at work or something, and you may have gotten paired up with a person to work on this assignment, and there may be chemistry developing, there may be love brewing, and in this instance, the Two of Wands, the vibe that I'm feeling is that it's gonna be better for you to transition out of whatever the business connection is before exploring the romantic connection. Don't do them both at the same time. It's not going to go well, okay? The work will suffer, and then if, things don't work out, that's going to maybe cause issues here with you guys turning against each other. So I feel like Spirit is saying get the work done first, and then you can have the pleasure later. But do not have the romantic stuff going while you're working on this project or while you're doing business together. Let the business be completed, let the project be done, and then allow yourself to explore this connection and this chemistry. The next card that's coming up here is the Nine of Swords. And Nine of Swords comes up when we're really worried about the future. We might be experiencing insomnia. We may be having a hard time sleeping or resting. We may have a lot of worries, thinking that people are looking at us in a negative way, and we're scared of all the what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? And the most challenging thing about the Nine of Swords is that this is a situation where the things you're scared about, they're logical. Like, they could actually happen. You can't just dismiss it and say, oh, that's a far-fetched fear, that would never happen. You're scared about very possible things. But just because they're possible, it doesn't mean they're going to happen. So when the Nine of Swords comes up, we have to ask ourselves, what can we do to give ourselves a little bit of a safety net? What backup plan can we have in place? Or how can we do things in a way that's going to set us up for success or set us up for safety? Prepare us in case something we're worried about does happen. What is a way that we can have some kind of a safety net? And the Nine of Swords requires that we surrender the outcome, that we take this up in prayer, and we just basically say, God, universe, higher power, here are the things that I'm afraid about happening. Here's what I'm doing to prevent them from happening. I ask that if it's in the best and highest good of all involved, that these things not happen, that they be prevented from happening. But if for some reason they must happen, I ask that you please help me and guide me through it quickly. Get me through it quickly, guide me through the steps to take, help me to get over it or to get through it if it must occur. And then you just surrender it and trust that you're being led and guided and that you can only do so much. The rest you have to surrender. With the Nine of Swords, Pisces, I feel like some of you are really worried that people are judging you for a relationship that you're in. Or they're looking at you like you're not good enough, or you're not a good person. But I feel that this is more in your head. I don't feel that it's grounded upon anything, right? I don't feel that you've done anything so terrible to be judged in that way. I feel it's the negative ego trying to tell you that you're not worthy of love, that you're not deserving of love. Sometimes as we're awakening, as we're maturing, as we're evolving, we might catch within ourselves things that would be better if we do them differently. Like, oh wow, I just realized right now in my relationship, I did that one super toxic thing my mom did or my dad did growing up that I just really hated, and I really didn't like it when they did that, and now I'm doing it in my relationship. And the negative ego wants to take that and use it to mercilessly punish you so that you feel like a terrible person. Oh, you're just like your mom. Oh, you're just like your dad. Oh, you're a terrible person. Oh, you don't deserve this relationship. Oh, you stood up for yourself, but you know what? You're making a big deal out of nothing. Oh, you set a boundary, but now you're being needy or whiny. Like, the negative ego wants to tear you up like that. You might catch things that you could do differently. You might catch things that you say, okay, well, I want to communicate in a better way next time. But be proud of yourself for catching that, because nobody is perfect. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. And when the negative ego comes in like this, you can always ask Archangel Jophiel for help. Thank you, Archangel Jophiel, for helping me to think more positive thoughts. Thank you for beautifying my thoughts. Thank you for helping me to see myself as heaven sees me. Thank you for helping me to love myself as heaven loves me. Thank you for helping me to see and love others as heaven sees and loves them. This can really help you get through that negative ego, because I feel like you're wanting to be seen as an equal. You're wanting teamwork. You're wanting partnership. But then on the other hand, you're feeling like you're unworthy of it. Or people are looking at you like you're being demanding, or you're being a gold digger, or you're being this, or you're being that. And it's all negative ego. It's all it is. It's the negative ego messing with you. So, you can ask Archangel Jophiel for help. You can pray. You can meditate. But know and understand that the closer you are to the big breakthrough and the success, the louder that negative ego is. So it's up to you to master it, to outsmart it, okay? The next card that's coming up here for Pisces is the King of Wands. Now, some of you may have some fears or some temptations because maybe you're feeling tempted by somebody. Maybe you're already in a partnership and somebody else is coming along and they're looking mighty tasty. They're looking mighty tempting. They might even be paying a lot of attention to you. And you might be feeling bad about that. Like, oh, I do have a partner. I do have a relationship. We are working on our relationship. But this other person seems so much more exciting. This other person seems like so much more interesting. And they really are flattering me. And they're paying attention to me. The fact that this person is showing up as King of Wands in this instance wants you to know that this person might want a relationship with you, but not necessarily a marriage or like making a life with a person. Sometimes the King of Wands comes in with the energy that this is more of a lover. So don't look at this as, oh, well, this is probably my soulmate. This is probably who I'm supposed to be with. No, this is a lover. This is someone that you have intense chemistry with. This is somebody that there might be a very strong mutual physical attraction. But if you start to take risks or you know, you start taking risks thinking that, well, maybe this is who I'm supposed to be with, it's not gonna pan out to like transitioning from one relationship to going into another relationship. If you were free and single tomorrow, this person might still want to carry on with you in terms of flirting, in terms of getting together, in terms of having these, you know, romantic sessions or connections, but they're not going to want to build a future together. They're not going to want to eventually move in with you or you move in with them. They're not going to want to get married. Their life is still very much going to be separate. And that can be a big part of why they're feeling drawn to you or why they're wanting to be with you, because they feel like they're going to have the best of both worlds. They're going to have this connection with you. They're going to have this ego boost that they're better than the person that you're with. But at the same time, you're in this relationship. You have your life. You do your thing. They have their life. They have their relationship. They do their thing. They're not looking to merge your two worlds together. They just like this exciting, passionate temptation, this like naughtiness kind of thing. So don't throw away something stable for this temptation. I feel like this is a really strong chemistry to where like now you're wondering, well, you know, maybe this is the person I'm supposed to be with. Maybe this is my soulmate. This is more of a physiological pull, a physical pull. This is chemistry. This is passion. This is lusty energy. But this is not love, I'm sorry to say. Those of you dealing with a temptation. Some of you don't want to hear that. You're like, nope, you're wrong. And you know what? This is a general reading. You may need a private reading. Your circumstance maybe is different. But I'm going to say, for the majority of people out there, I think that you would really be upset with yourself if you jeopardize a current relationship for this temptation and then find that it doesn't pan out, or that this person doesn't want to bring this relationship into daylight. And it makes me sad, because with this Nine of Swords, I feel like for some of you, it's really eating you up inside. Like, oh, you don't want to hurt your partner. Oh, you don't want to hurt your person, but you're meant to be with this other person. No, this is not the case. Okay? That's not to say that you have to stay with your current relationship. You might decide at some point that you want to leave, or you want to find somebody that you're feeling more physically compatible with. But I just feel in this situation, Pisces, a lot of you have to be cautious of this temptation. Do with it what you will, but do not make future plans based on this person. Your next card coming up here is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is going to indicate here something not going the way that we had hoped, something not going the way that we had planned. And sometimes when I'm reading the cards, I start reading the energy, and as I read the energy, I get ahead of the cards. And that's what the Five of Cups is telling me here. Some of you are really worried, like you want to be seen as an equal, you want to feel this partnership, and maybe you don't feel like you're getting that in your relationship. Then this other person comes along and they make you feel important. They're giving you this attention. They feel exciting. For some of you, this could even be someone that has some level of authority. Maybe you've started to take classes again or go back to school, and this is one of your instructors or teachers. Maybe this is your boss. Maybe this is someone that you're doing business with, or somebody that has a significant position at work. For some of you, it could be a therapist or a doctor or a counselor, and you're feeling really drawn to this person. And you might even feel this mutual chemistry, like they're looking at you too, or you feel it, you sense it, they're attracted to you too. But this is not a situation that can be a relationship. And for those of you who are giving into that temptation, it's not going to go the way that you're thinking. You're going to be left with a lot of guilt. Because you're going to be like, well, I gave into this temptation and it didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go. And then now you feel this double pain. On one hand, you feel bad because you feel like you let your person down. On the other hand, you feel bad because maybe you might even feel a little bit used or taken advantage of because the connection didn't go where you thought it was going to go. So it's not worth giving into this temptation. It's not worth it. The Five of Cups asks you to look at here where your disappointments are, what you feel you're lacking, and how you might feel that you can go about and get it. There's something here that you might need to mourn and that you might need to release. Because the Five of Cups can also come up with a sense of not being emotionally available. You may feel your partner is not emotionally available and not giving you what you need. But what are some ways in which emotionally you might be shutting down? You've been hurt, you've been disappointed, you're scared to open up, you're scared to feel. As you can start working on these things, you're going to find that you're going to be able to establish emotional intimacy in your relationship. Because if we are with someone who feels emotionally unavailable, it's because there's something within ourselves that we are also holding back emotionally. And it could just be that you've been so hurt that you're scared to open up or you're scared to feel. So this is going to be a good time to do some inner work, Pisces. If you have been going to therapy, if you have been going to counseling, and you find that you're beginning to develop feelings for your therapist or counselor, that's quite very normal because you're talking to them about really deep things, right? But it could be better for you and for your healing to change that therapist or counselor to either somebody that you know you would absolutely positively have no feelings for, somebody that you are just so unattracted to and they're just so outside of what you would go for, right? Or if you're somebody who dates men, maybe you want to find a counselor or a therapist who's a woman. Or if you're somebody who dates women, maybe you want to find a therapist or counselor who, who's a man. And if you're somebody that's like, well, I'm at this, I'm just about the person. It doesn't matter to me if they're male or female. Then maybe you just want to find a therapist who, as I said, is just absolutely positively, you would no way be attracted to this person. Like there's just no way that you would be attracted to this person. It might be a good idea to change your therapist or counselor. Those of you who feel like you're establishing this really strong connection or really strong feelings for this person. The next card that's coming up here is the Ten of Pentacles. And this is stability, this is security, this is a card of manifesting. So Spirit is telling you, Pisces, you are going to have that sense of security, that sense of home. You know, Ten of Pentacles is generations coming together, traditions, families, get-togethers, legacy that you can leave behind for future generations, a comfortable and secure home, financial security, all these wonderful things. Ten of Pentacles is also a card of manifestation. The things that we're thinking about, the things that we're dreaming about, actually seeing them physically manifest and take shape and come into our physical reality. So you will manifest these things. You will have this completion. You will have this stability. You will have this security. But right now is the time to pay attention to the things that are making you feel less than, that are causing you to feel as though you have to measure up, or as though you need to be validated by a person or situation, because you're already an equal. It's not that you have to change yourself and be better. It's that you have to find this false belief and why you're thinking this way, and how you can change the thinking, and how you can see how wonderful you are in this moment now. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign. If this is none of those for you, some months your moon, rising, or Venus might resonate more. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. The 2022 12-month forecast for all zodiac signs has been posted. Those are linked in the description as well. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you all a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. And I am wishing you a wonderful January and a happy new year. Don't forget the weekly forecast where we talk about everything other than love and romance. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy New Year. Take care.